Well, hey, church. Joining me again out here. We're going to do another bike ride. Today we're starting out at Bogus Basin Road. I'm taking the easy way. We drove our truck up, and we're going to do a little downhill ride, get to the other truck, and drive back up again. I'm going to take some pictures, share along the way what we're going to be doing. Hopefully today we get out to what we call Stack Rock, get some pictures out there, and share a little bit from the Word. So join along. Looking forward to it. Well, church, I don't know if there's any better feeling in the world than when it's like going to be a hot day down in the valley to get up here into the trees and into the mountains and just get those smells and those sounds and those feels of the forest. I don't know if there's any kind of situation that's better than this, any kind of environment that is as awesome as this. Yeah, just got done with our first downhill ride, and now we got a little traverse before we do a little bit more, and it's just so fantastic out here. I don't know if you ever do a hike out here. If you have the ability or the chance, I suggest you do it, because there's nothing greater than this right now. It's just so fantastic. All right, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye. Well, they say in this world there's nothing that comes for free, and it's true for biking as well. And if you want to have some fun, going down hills, you got to pay for it somehow. The bill always comes due. And just finished, we dropped down into a ravine, and then you got to make your way back up out of it again. So just kind of finished up with that ride right there. We're almost to the junction of Stack Rock, and we're gonna head out towards there and make our way around that fantastic thing. So we'll see you as we hit the next stop. Well, the good news is that we made it over to Stack Rock. You can kind of see it behind me here. For those of you who don't know, Stack Rock is one of the features that you can see up here in the foothills from pretty much anywhere down in the Treasure Valley, especially in Boise. And if you look up in there, it kind of looks like this pyramid that sticks out of the foothills. And it's just it's a beautiful place to be able to come and to see. And one of the things I really enjoy about coming out here and into the foothills and going riding and getting out in the forest, and you can really get great views of the Treasure Valley. And there's on occasion I come up here and you just kind of sit down, you take a look at over the Treasure Valley, and you can stop and you can pray and just ask for God's just blessing over the people of this area that we live in. And it's just a fantastic time. But this time, when I look out over the top of this, I'm just reminded of that story that you get in the Old Testament at the end of Deuteronomy, when the people have been led through the 40 years of wandering in the wilderness, and Moses has given them the charge and told them that they're going to be able to take the land. And then God instructed him to climb up to the top of Mount Nebo. And that's a place where he was going to die. And it said that he showed him all of the land that was there. And he looked out over it. And then God took him up to heaven, took him home, and buried him there. And it's fascinating, because when you read in that, there's not a lot of complaining from Moses. You don't hear any words or him asking, or pleading with God to say, "Hey, God, just let me go. Let me go into the land, because I've worked all these years. I've served you for 40 years with these people, and now I don't get to get the reward." And I just think it shows the character of Moses, of knowing the reason why God wasn't going to let him into the land, and accepting that, and being content with that. And it just reminds me of that passage in Hebrews in chapter 11, when it's talking through the great people of faith. And it says, these all died in faith, in verse 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, were assured of them, embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For those who say such things declare plainly that they seek a homeland. And truly, if they had called to mind that country from which they had come out, they would have had opportunity to return. But now they desire better, that is, a heavenly country. Therefore God is not ashamed to call them their God, for he's prepared a city for them. And Moses, I think, understood that, and he lived a life of faith. And he knew that he wasn't going to be able to enter that land, but he was okay with it, and he still walked the faith. He still loved God, he still honored God, he still served God. And it's just such a challenge for me, because I'm living this age of instant gratification, and I want to do something, I want to get the results from it quickly. I want to have it now. And that's not the way that God works. God has you just serve him and remain faithful to him for years and years and years. And it may be that the work that you do, you may not see the benefit of it. You may be benefiting other people. You may be a blessing to other people. You may be serving other people. And that's okay. That's all right with what God is doing. And so I just challenge you with that, church, today on this Saturday, to look through for that city, look for that blessing, look for that hope that God has for you in the future, and to remain faithful in serving him. Yeah, and it just reminds me of something I just read recently about Moses. It said that he spent the first 40 years of his life thinking that he was somebody, spent the next 40 years of his life learning that he was a nobody, then he spent the next 40 years of his life learning that God is everything. And so, I challenge you with that. Take the steps today to make God everything. God bless. See ya on the way down.